I love beauty. Okay, so we're starting a new segment of this page because I'm sure you guys have seen the celebrity news. So now we're going to actually talk about it on live and see what you guys are gathering from these stories. And there's a lot of crazy stories. Okay, so while you guys gather in, while you guys come on in, hold on, we're going to talk about this story. So if you take notice of the caption, all you have to do is tap the screen and the caption is there. So because of the day after, this is what, I don't know what day this is, guys. You type it up. We're going to talk about a Memphis pastor and wife arrested for stealing $50,000 from a 77-year-old member. That's the story right there. Memphis pastor and wife arrested for stealing $50,000 from a 77-year-old church member. First of all, have you heard this story? If you have, put up a number 77. If you have not, put up a number 1, because more than likely you're probably new to the page. Okay, so I'm Jenna. Just a little to everybody who's new. I am Jenna, and I come on here and I do quite a few things. I cook, I talk about health, and now I'm going to talk about the hot news that be trending on this page. Okay? So who's heard? It looks like a lot of number ones are in here, right? Guys, share this video out, please. Share, please. I'm going to be doing my hair. I'm going to be doing my hair during this video. Okay. So here again, we're going to talk about a Memphis pastor and wife arrested for stealing $50,000 from a 77-year-old member. Look. Can I start my hair? You know, unfortunately, the church has been misconstrued, right? I don't even know what that word is, misconstrued. But I think it means it's been discombobulated. I don't even know what that means, discombobulated. The church has just been bonkers. Yes, right? You go to church to fellowship. You go to church to do what you do. Praise the Lord. Repent your sins and things like that. And sometimes these pastors, they just going off, ain't they? You know, they're taking advantage of people. Quite frankly, a little bit of story about me. I was raised in the church. And I love the Lord. And I was taught that the Lord is in your heart. And where two or more are gathered, so shall he be. So wherever I am, the Lord is with me. So no, I don't go to church. I don't. I haven't been to church in probably over 10 years. Call me I don't know. Call me whatever you want. I don't care. But I just haven't been able to really get myself to the point where I can fellowship amongst people who are just hypocrites. And I'm not judging or anything. And there's so many things that probably have changed. Church is not the same when I was 12 and 13 years old and I was going to church with mom and grandmom and all that. Church is different now. You have a lot of people who go there and they're trying to get the pastor, and then the pastor's sinning, and then he's married, but he's sleeping with like 4 and 5 different women in the church, and he's doing like he's doing more sins than the people. You know what I mean? So I don't really go to church. I don't. And that's one thing that hopefully in the new year, my family and I can find a church. But I'm going to find a church because I want to, not because I necessarily have to go. I've been good. I still give, you know. I still do what I need to do, you know, and things like that, you know. And yeah, so when I heard this story, I was like, wow, really? You know, I don't even trust my older, like, constituents to go to church, you know, like my grandparents and things like that, you know. I don't even trust them because it's like, you know, when you get older, they trust everybody, right? Guys, share this video. Share this video. And if you don't know what the story I am, please click, tap the screen, and the site is right there. Okay? But yeah, let me pull up this story, and we're going to read a little bit. And I'm going to talk about it, you know, and see what you guys think. Okay, so let's do that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is something new. Bear with me, okay? Bear with me. I'm gonna read along. Okay, so let me get to a Memphis pastor and his wife are being accused of taking advantage of a 77-year-old woman in their church. See, this is the thing. You know, I'm going back to when Martin. Remember Martin and his mama? And Dr. Leon Lonnie Love, or whatever his name was. And she was up in there giving the church, you know, giving all this money away and saying you're going to heal. You know, like, really, how does somebody get in a position where they trust the pastor so much where $50,000 is taken from them? So let me just read the rest of this. A Memphis pastor and his wife are being accused of taking advantage of a 77-year-old woman in their church. Again, if you're brand new to the broadcast, please just tap the screen and the story is there. I'm reading right from the page, but I'm going to read and give my commentary as I go. Okay? So a Memphis pastor and his wife are being accused of taking advantage of a 77-year-old woman in their church, racking up nearly $50,000 on her credit card. First of all, this lady had good credit. I'm just keeping it all the way real. I've had several credit cards in my life, and I've never had a $50,000 credit limit. What is going on, Grandma, really? You don't even let people know your name when you have good credit. I don't get it. Frederick Smith is his name. Please, guys, please share this out. Share. Frederick Smith. I guess it's Pastor Frederick Smith. Hello, how are you? Anybody in here from Memphis? Shout out to you guys. I hope everything's fine. Didn't know you guys do this in Memphis. Okay. He was arrested in connection with the alleged scam. He and his wife his wife too. See, let me stop right there. Guys, make sure you share this out. Let me see what Miss Karen is saying. Let me put my glasses on real quick. Yes, there are hypocrites in the church. That's where they belong to get, excuse me. Yes, there are hypocrites in the church. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all, come on, hold up. Yes, there are hypocrites in the church. I will be reading your questions in this voice. That's where they belong to get the help they need. They are also hypocrites. Honey, I can't read the rest of your comment. You should be able to trust your pastor with the... Look, pastors are human beings. Can we go ahead and type that up? They're human beings. It is what it is. I ain't never trust no pastor. I trust the word. See, it started out with this apple right here. I've had this apple in my refrigerator for a while. That's why it's a little spotted. But they say it gets a little more better when it's spotted. It started with this apple right here, women. I know that's who'll be watching me right now. Yeah, okay? It started with this apple right here. Back in the day when the Lord told us, okay? He told us that we can have everything in the garden. We can have everything in the garden except for that one apple. You know what I mean? And for some reason, you had 99,000 trees in that forest, Eve, and you still wanted to take that bite from that one tree that God said, please do not bite. See, and that is the sin that has been really following us. Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
That is the sin. Please put my YouTube channel to this video. That is the sin that has been following us since BC. BC means before Christ. I don't know what year it is. But for some reason, temptation is a mother. Yes, I said it. Temptation's a mother. It's money, it's food, it's this, it's that. And for some reason, this pastor, he fell for that apple. He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. All right, what's up? He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. What?
Oh, sorry. Don't fall for it, guys.
Oh, no. I'm doing this right now.
Yeah?
He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. The banana in the tailpipe in this situation is basically, he saw an opportunity. He saw a very gullible person that was in his church. And I'm going to see, look, now that social media is like it is, if you have a whole bunch of followers, excuse me, I'm doing my hair right now. If you have a whole bunch of followers and fans and things like that, and they pretty much do whatever the heck you want them to do, you are going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I need all of this over here.
No, not all.
Yes, I do.
There's got to be one.
I do. Just give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. And the reason why I say that is because he had... Can I continue with my show?
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I have to say this again. He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. And the reason why I say that is because he had the opportunity to do this. And we all do. You can do one or two things with things. You can basically lead your people to great things or lead them to the circle of death. I don't know. What are you going to do today? Anybody who's listening to this video, are you going to lead people to righteousness, or are you going to lead them into negativity? And that's what this guy did, because he had the opportunity to do that. First of all, let's get back to this grandma who had $50,000 credit limit. Excuse me, I don't even have 5. How does she have $50,000 credit limit? My husband's a real estate agent. What's going on?
Well, number one, from what I understood, she didn't apply for the credit in the first place. He applied for it.
Oh.
So that was something that he took out a credit card in her name. Mm-hmm. Okay. Apparently, he could have lied about her income as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't read the whole story. I'm reading as I go. Okay, so people, if you don't gather anything else from this video, please do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I too, I have a whole bunch of people who watch me and things like that. I could say, hey, eating an apple twice a day will help your skin look like mine. I could lie to you. Okay. Jerry Smith, Frederick's wife. Tap the screen if you would like to actually read this story without all of my commentary. You can tap the screen. You can also follow us on YouTube as well. Jerry Smith, Frederick's wife. So, Frederick and Jerry. I thought it was 2 men. I'm sorry. Her name is Jerry, like Jerry Curl. Was arrested soon after. Yeah, arrested soon after. A warrant for Jerry shows the same charges as Frederick. So basically, when you find a bad woman, you find a bad thing. It's in the Bible. What does it say? Whose fault is this? It's the woman's fault. She could have stopped her husband from doing this. Am I correct, husband?
She could have, but she was in on the scam. She was in on it with them. Mm-hmm. She was an accomplice. She was his sidekick. They were both.
She wasn't a sidekick.
She was a mastermind?
She was the queen pin.
Ah.
See, that's the thing. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you came up to me, this is my husband, by the way, Andrew. He's in the background.
Hey, guys.
But if you want to see how he looks, go tap the screen and subscribe. See, this is the thing. If you said, let's steal this little puppy from this little girl, okay? Right. I'm going to be like, no, husband, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to heck for you. I'm not going to spoil my blessings for you, because I'm a righteous woman. I'm a woman who fears God. Yes. I want blessings to come flowing over me. Yes. I want everything to be right.
Say it.
It was her fault. I'm going to blame her. Because why in God's green earth would you allow that to happen?
They definitely had to be on one accord.
Bonnie and Clyde. Exactly, Miss Misha. Look, Williams told reporters she was only a member of the New Life Holiness Church, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not even for 5, a few months.
Oh wow.
Can we assume the lifestyle of this lady? Was she what was she doing? Was she reaching? Isn't that what the young people say? She was reaching. Where were her children? Where was her family? Where was her husband? Where was her anybody, you know, that could have stopped her from making this huge, horrible decision? Let's see what we're doing. Yeah, she was in on it. Yeah, she was on it. Hold on. Guys, make sure you tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen to actually see this actual story. She said one decision, which she originally thought was an honor.
Wow.
Did she say it was an honor?
She said that it was an honor.
An honor for what? Husband, did you actually read this because your wife didn't?
Yeah.
And maybe you should do the commentary.
You know,
what's going on?
To be appointed to, like maybe the deacon board or the usher board or something important in the church is an honor.
Right.
Everyone is not selected. Okay? So she was...
Oh, she was a deacon.
No. She was appointed to some board that they had created. Guys, read the article so you can get up to date with this. But she was appointed to a board that he created. It wasn't the usher board. It wasn't the deacon board. It was some board, I guess, for elders.
It was the elder board.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's just commentary. Yeah. Go ahead.
And she was honored. Out of all the members in the church, they chose her. Number one, she was seeking for family.
Oh, she was appointed. Belong. She was appointed to the mother's board.
To the mother's board.
That's what somebody said. Did you read it, Takesha? Bless your heart. She read it. I know that's right. Okay, because I didn't. They just left this story on my desk and say, Jenna, get on here and do your thing. So I honestly don't know what the heck's going on. But husband, what happened?
Yeah.
The mother board.
So she was appointed
to
the
she was a mother.
Board. Yes. So she, in a sense, it was like she was appointed to be a mentor. And she was honored.
Right.
That was my
This
shirt.
is my husband's shirt,
That's
but he
my
all
shirt,
right. He all right. Give me a towel. I'm sorry. Huh? I'm sorry, baby. I'm
It's okay. There's a little bit of hair on it, but it's fine. Yeah, she was honored. So, you know, it threw off. You know, she just came to the church, 5 months ago?
Right.
And so now I guess she felt
This
like
is all my hair, by the way. Go ahead.
She belonged, you know. She wanted to belong.
She wanted to belong. See, that's the thing. That is the thing that a lot of us do. You get what I'm saying? We want to belong.
Yeah.
We want to be to the mother's board, the deacon board. We want to be this huge issue in church. And it's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about the titles that the church, you know, motherness and deaconess and trustee and pastor. You know what I mean? Yeah. What is church about? Why should we go to church?
I believe it's about your personal relationship with the Lord. That's what I believe. It shouldn't be... Now, it says fellowship with like-minded individuals, but I believe you come there to be fed what you are missing.
Now, I was taught this, and you told me about this.
Yes.
When you go to church, should you already have a base in church?
You should.
But what if you don't? And I think this is what happened with this lady. She didn't have a base. Maybe this was the first time she stepped inside of it. I don't know. Like, I don't understand how you can make such a decision where you know, open yourself to be attacked like this. Because that's what she was. She was attacked. And out of everybody, you get what I'm saying? Yes. For some reason, she was chosen. So she was in there, I think, for the wrong reasons. What do you think?
She was. Like I said earlier, she was a new member of the church. We don't know if anyone else was affected by that situation.
Takesha, excuse me, she's actually commentary on this.
Okay.
When he, excuse me, let me put my glasses on. When he asked her to fill out a form that asks for her social security number. Excuse me. Security number? Since when do you put your social... I didn't read this
church?
at all, Olive Beauty. I'm so sorry. I didn't have time. You literally just told me to go ahead and do this. So my husband is actually helping me, and so are these viewers. You guys must have read it. Why would you give your social security in church at all?
There's no reason to. There's no reason to. It's not a job. I mean, was she going to get paid for this position in the board?
I don't know which tattoo they were talking about.
Yeah, they want to see, you know.
They're trying to mark me.
Yeah, exactly.
If they saw me in the street, they could identify me by my tattoos.
Exactly. That's why you wear long sleeves.
But I don't like it. I paid too much money for the art. Go ahead.
Okay. No, she wasn't applying for a position, you know, a job. You know, why should she give her social security number? That should have clued her in right there.
That should have clued her in right now. Look, if this was you, my husband don't give Nathan. Would you have done that?
No, I wouldn't.
No. He taught me. He wouldn't even give his last 4 digits. It's just not going to happen. See, and that's the thing about it. A lot of us, we are too gullible.
Yeah.
We think that giving extra things are going to get us into heaven. The only thing that's going to get you into heaven is believing that Christ died for you. That's it.
That's it.
That's what it says in the Word. It is what it is, right?
Yes.
That's the only thing. Not being in Mother's Board, not being a deacon, not, what else these people think they can, not giving extra money. Excuse me.
Time for water break.
Not giving extra money to the sick and shut-ins. Nothing is going to get you into heaven but saying that God is your Father and He created Jesus, and Jesus died on the cross.
Wow.
Died for His sins.
Wow.
Our sins. Rose on the 3rd day and said, see you later. If you believe that, you will get into heaven.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. I don't get wrapped up into giving extra money to nobody. You're not going to go ahead and do that. No, you're not. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. There's somebody who's watching this right now who fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, what am I talking about when I say fell for the banana in the tailpipe? Does believing that give you the okay to do whatever the heck you want to do?
I feel like this woman...
No. I'm not just talking about this woman. I'm just talking about in decisions, period. Just because you believe that God rose on the 3rd day, that He died for our sins, and that God is our Father, does that mean that you automatically going to get into heaven if you out here doing crazy stuff?
No.
Because I'm sure that pastor believed that too, right? There's other things you got to do, correct?
Yes.
You got to walk this way on earth the right way. You cannot. See, this gray hair tells me I know what I'm saying. Because He blessed us with gray hair, didn't He?
He did.
Gray hair means wisdom, right?
Wisdom.
Wrong. That man got a whole bunch of dye in his hair, don't he? He got a whole bunch of wife too, don't she? She got a big weave in her head, don't she?
I didn't see it.
She got all kind of grays in her hair. She ain't wise worth a... All right. What else happened, babe? In that story? What else happened?
Well, it seems like, you know, they went to...
You cannot fall for the banana in the tailpipe, people.
And they opened up the largest credit limit that they possibly could on this lady.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't her. So hold up. They used her social, so she did have good credit.
She had good credit.
She had good credit. People with good credit. I'm going to tell you this right now. Do not give out your birth date on social media in church. Do not give out your social. I can give you my social right now, honey. You ain't going to be able to get nothing but a dirt. You wouldn't even be able to get a piece of chewing gum. Okay? That's why I show my face on social media, honey. I ain't got no good credit. You wouldn't. You would pay me to take my credit back, honey. Yeah. But if you have good credit, you shouldn't do anything online.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't give your social security number. You shouldn't give your birthday. You shouldn't give your address. You shouldn't do anything to anybody because, honey, you about to get ganked. Right?
Right.
Now, how did they know that she had good credit?
I wouldn't even give my phone number.
Don't even tell people what you drive. Don't tell people what kind of job you do.
You know what? They could have.
Don't tell nobody, Nathan, because they took their case and you know what I drive?
Yeah.
A 94 Pinto. I live in the hood. This apple is like 5 months old. That's why I got so many spots on it. See, I ain't got no money. You feel me? Look at my hair. My hair ain't been done in months. See? My husband ain't got no job. It is what it is. No, he does. But I'm just saying, like, things like that would make people not want to get on me. Even if it's something true or whatever, please stop talking about what you got. Right?
Exactly.
You know, if I was on here saying where I'm at, what I do, how much money I make, you know, I'm this, and this, people taking notes. Those wrong people that you around, they taking notes. And they're like, I'm going to get what she want, what she got, because I'm jealous.
Or it's something as simple as how you dress and what you drive.
Yeah, I dress like a bum. I got bleach stains on my shirt. I wear the same. I got New Balance shoes. They lean a little bit. I ain't got the hottest stuff. My computer's like 5 years old. My dog, he's from the shelter. Things like that. You get what I'm saying? Oh, that girl ain't got jack. Let me go to the next man. I'm telling y'all better stop telling people everything you got. Because it's a reason. It's more, I'm telling you, it's not her fault that it happened. Nah, it's not.
No.
But I'm sure she was up in there with the biggest hat. Now, why is it that these older people always want to put the hats on and they want to rock the right way? I bet the 70-year-old looked like she was 40, too. I bet she was rocking her age. We automatically think the 70-year-old looks 70, right?
She could have looked jazzy.
She could have looked jazzy.
Very youthful, hip, happening.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, and ruin your credit by the time you're 40. So when you
that way you don't have to worry about it.
ruin your credit when you're about by the time you. This is all commentary and comedy. Please do not follow what I'm saying, but I have to continue to say it. Ruin your credit by the time you're 35. So when you're 70 and things are getting tight,
you won't be in this.
Your children are grown. Your husband is gone. Bills are getting horrible. You might be a little bit issues with your health. And this is when you start making desperate decisions. But look, your credit's bad. So then nobody could do this, correct?
Exactly.
Anybody else have anything to say about this story? Did I say everything?
I believe so.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Let me eat the rest of this apple. What are we talking about? Tap the screen, please. I go to church faithfully every Sunday and Wednesday. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. I know that's right. But please don't give your social. Right?
Please.
Hey, it's not telling people not to go to church.
If they ask for your social, if they ask for your date of birth, be lyric.
Roll bounce.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah. When I heard this story, I mean, really, do you feel sorry? Like, does it make you feel sorry for somebody, or does it make you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to make the same decision, you know?
It may be easy for you to say that it won't happen to you. I think the first thing that someone may say is that, that's sad, but that wouldn't happen to me. They can be very creative, right?
Hold on. Ronnie said we need free health care for everybody. There's free health care, isn't it?
Yeah, there is.
It's not in this country.
No.
Not in this country. All right, let me see. Let's see. It's not allowing me to see more anymore. They took it away. When gave him the social, he checked it. Is that probably how he found out? No. The way he found out is how she dressed, how she acted. Some people just look like they kind of like in a deer in headlights. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You know, some people just look like they want that type of attention.
Yeah.
Some people.
He said,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Looks like she drives a nice car. She has some money.
Yeah. Oop. The lights went off on that. Hold on. You know, cut that on. Okay. But yeah, like we got a parent. She loves going to church. Do you think that would happen to your mom? Heck no.
Oh no.
Cause she don't even go online.
She doesn't even like going online.
Yeah. So this is just somebody who is just, I'm sorry to say, kind of gullible, kind of out of it, thinking. I mean, what does the motherboard have to do with anything?
This is not the first time that someone's taken advantage of a senior before. Mm-hmm. They do that all the time. Mm-hmm. Telephone scams, lottery scams.
So why is it that no, honestly, because we have seniors that watch us.
This is just the first time that we've heard about it associated with church, which is a blow. This is an institution where you trust the people there.
Right.
Apparently, this is the pastor, so she sat there every Sunday, I'm assuming, and listened to him preach.
She wasn't there for a long time, though.
No. 5 months, though, is long enough for her to have built
Oh, she
trust.
was there for 5 months?
Yes.
Adrian, let them tap the screen and read the darn thing.
Am I giving a spoiler alert?
No.
Am I spoiling it?
No, but I don't know.
It's long enough for her to have trusted him.
First of all,
you don't think so?
Anybody you trust in 5 months, run. You're not supposed to trust nobody in 5 months. And do we really know pastors? They're there to do a job. At the end of the day, I hate to say it, but pastors are there to do a job.
They are.
Do they get paid? Yes, they do. They may not be on the technical payroll, but they take portions of what the church basically gives, which is tithes and offerings / donations.
Depending on their position.
And then
in the
some
church.
people do get paid. They are in a position where they do get paid.
Yes.
So they have a job.
Yes.
I've been to several churches in my life. I've been raised in a church. And I've had some dealings with some good pastors, and I've had some dealings with some bad pastors. I won't say any names, but my childhood pastor, he was in a scandal for sleeping with women in the church, getting them pregnant.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The first lady found out, smacked the lady in her face. He had a school. They were like models, they looked good. They were just good. They just was like that was like my Michelle and Obama back in the day. I looked up to this pastor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had everything I wanted to aspire to when I get older, which is a great house, great car, beautiful spouse, beautiful children, beautiful fellowship, and all that. And he was sleeping around with his wife. And that's the thing, like, that really kind of, you feel like children don't matter. Well, they don't understand things, but I do understand that was crazy. That made him look so bad. He was sleeping with the secretary.
Wow.
He was sleeping with the secretary of the church and of the school that he opened, which I attended.
What is it with the pastors and the members and the women members?
This is no shade to no women, and I'm glad you said this. Women put pastors in a bad light, in a bad position. You have to understand that they are men, and the way the Lord made the man and the woman are totally different. Men are visual. Obviously, men have to be visual to appreciate a woman. That's why God made a woman more visual. We just rocking better. It ain't nothing to look at on a man. We are not visual as women. We are more intellectual and we're more emotional. Right? Look at some of these pastors. They're not the most. None of these pastors are the most. Oh my gosh. No Denzel Washingtons. You know what I mean? And for some reason, they go there with short skirts on, stiletto heels. There's another pastor where I am that he's here today. You feel me? And he's rocking his clout. You get what I'm saying? He's rocking his clout. I'm not saying where I'm at. He's rocking his clout and getting the women. And unfortunately, he's not married anymore because he couldn't. He could not stay married. He began married, but now he's not a married pastor anymore because the women are throwing themselves like male. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Why do you go to church? You don't go to church to mess with the pastor.
And the thing about churches. And this is the way God made it.
I don't think.
Women outnumber men. Women outnumber men everywhere. You go to church, what do you see? You see mostly women.
Women,
Okay? And the men that are there, women, are usually married. How many single men do you know go to church? Now, I ain't been to church a long time, but I know it ain't much changed since I've been going to church. Most men who are there are married. And the most married man, who is the most person that you look at, is the pastor. So why is these women dressing the way they are and putting lipstick on and putting makeup on and having your tail out and things like that? Like, you're putting these pastors in a bad light, like they're human beings. I think people put pastors on this big, huge pedestal thinking that they don't make mistakes. They're human beings. They go home. And they put one pants leg on just like me.
He is actually on the pedestal, though. And he's on a podium in front of everyone. He's the focal point, right?
first and foremost,
Yeah.
yes. But at the end of the day, he's a representative of the
He's a
word. He's a representative of the word.
Yes.
Is he a shepherd? No. In my opinion, he is not the shepherd.
He's supposed to be. The guidance. He is supposed to be. But I don't think he lives up to it. You be careful. In the Bible it says you should be careful. The person who wants to be a teacher or a shepherd should be careful because there's a huge responsibility on that person.
But look. You're a man, right?
Yes, huge responsibility.
You're a man.
Yeah.
Do you think you're strong enough to be the head of all of these women who don't know anything about their couthness? They have no couth. Do you think that you can be in a position where you're supposed to lead women who ain't got no couth about themselves? Because a lot of these women don't have no couth about themselves, and I feel sorry for the pastors. Like my childhood pastor, the lady would come to church with tight pants on. She had insulin resistance, which means she has a big butt. Follow me on subscribe to my YouTube. She had insulin resistance, people. She had a big butt. And she always would wear these tight pants and tight skirts and low-cut shirts and had the girls out and, walk around like that,
Why do they dress like that for church? Who are they trying to impress?
And guess what, girls? She was married.
Oh, wow.
She was married. Look, I don't understand how a woman can sleep with a pastor, much less a pastor who's married. I just don't know. You're just like that character. What's her name? Jackie. Her character in Bruce's Place. Hello, I'm giving a little shout out to Bruce's Place, and I'm showing my age.
Which was an example of some of the
That's
women.
how you look.
Yeah.
Like her character.
Yeah.
You look raunchy. And the next morning, she was saying all of her, what she wanted. And that man was in the bathroom washing up. It is what it is. Watch that part. It's cool. But I'm just saying, like, that's how you look. Could you be around a whole bunch of jackass? Really? Could you? I know you could now, like, because you've been married a long time. But no, you're human. You're not human. Superman wrapped in Spider-Man's clothes.
I would have to be around them physically, interact with them, talk to them every day.
Look, Pamela, I didn't even read your whole comment. I'm not putting any blame on any women. I'm saying that the ball is in our court. If the Bible says if you see a woman who is a skank, don't play in her garden and don't smell her flowers. It also says in the Bible that when a man leaves home and he cleaves to a wife, he finds a great thing. We give birth, okay? We give birth. We have so much power in our wombs and in our bodies that God has granted us that we have more power than we know. So yes, the power is in the woman's hands, and yes, the woman is to blame, because if the woman acted correctly, you get what I'm saying? A man would not have anything to be tempted with.
Yeah, show the apple one more time. I want them to see that apple.
The apple.
There you
go. That's half eaten.
That's the beginning.
You know what I mean?
That's the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It did happen with Eve. You get what I'm saying? Look, it is what it is. If you read the word, Adam wanted to listen, but Eve was not listening, and she was tempted. The woman was the one who was tempted first. Mm-hmm. That's how the word goes. It is what it is. Because we're strong but yet weak. And for some reason, she took the bite of the apple, and because she took the bite of the apple, she convinced Adam to do the same. So we do have a lot of weight on us to be better, to give these weak men who are visually stimulated nothing to look at. Sorry. It is what it is.
Compare it to other religions like the Muslims. The Muslims don't dress, at least the way I view them, they don't dress that way in their pulpit, right? In their church. They're more humble. Mm-hmm. The average church that I have been exposed to, the women do not dress humble. Mm-hmm. They dress revealing.
I need to stop what I'm saying. You just need to stop watching Miss Sharon. And the thing about it is, I'm saying what I believe. This is my my beliefs. It is what it is. And that's what it's about. It's about the pastor who stole money. But I was saying, what did the lady do? See, I'm a person who looks at both sides. Please share this, by the way. I look at both sides. You feel me?
Yes.
That's how I live my life. Like, okay, yeah, you did this to me, but what did I do wrong? Well, I mean, I'm different. When God made me, He might have not made a lot of people like me who thinks that way.
In the Bible, you know, Jesus wasn't tempted by himself. He was tempted. It's two people involved.
Right.
You know, so... now this story is, we veered off from
I
the
just
topic.
said that weak men. No. Men. It's not weak or strong. My husband has been married to me for 15 years. Am I going to let a harem of women in front of him? Heck no. Am I going to allow him in a place where women are who no, I'm not. Am I going to put him in a room full of women who are scantily clad? No, I'm not. Why? Because God says thou shalt not tempt. You're not supposed to tempt anybody. You get what I'm saying? We're flesh first. It is what it is. I love my husband. He loves me. He's not going to let me be in a room full of Idris Elbas. It is what it is. Case in point, I do hair. I used to do hair. And I went for a job, and I thought it was a salon. Because the guy was like, yeah, we need a hairstylist. I assumed it was a salon. I got there, it was a barbershop. And it was a barbershop. You know, the barbershop got a whole bunch of men there. That's it. It is what it is. I said, wow. You know, I had a weave in. I had my pants on. I had my little tight pants on and stuff like that because I thought I was going in a midst of women, and I was going in the midst of men. He hired me based on just because I looked right. I looked right and tight. You know, I was trying to get the job, but, you know, you feel me. And, yeah, it was a salon, but, hey, you know, salons, people, you know, hairstyles, we dress nice, right? The next day, I cut my hair, and I had my ring, big, huge ring on, and I said, husband, please come up here every day and pick me up. And I did that for a reason, husband, because I wanted them to let them know that I was married. If he knew I was married, he would not have hired me. He thought I was one of those shampoo girls who was going to be a little hooker. You feel me?
Yeah.
Fast. I was younger. This was like 10 years ago.
People in power, you know, they tend to...
My point is, you don't give place to the devil.
Yeah, position.
Can you turn that heat off? Please. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
You don't give place to the devil. I'm making people mad, you know. You don't give place to the devil. And I don't give place to putting my husband in a position where I know for a fact that it's going to tempt him. And we don't do that to each other. So is it because I'm weak? No, it's because I have wisdom.
Wise.
I have wisdom. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, I said I'm not going to disrespect my husband and work in the midst of men every day and not be truthful and not have him up there. I had my man up there every day. I called him, I can't even tell you what I called him up there because it wouldn't be right. But believe me, I let him know. I let all of them know I'm married, I'm happy, and this is my man, don't mess with me. I ain't hide him. And every job he's had, I've been in the midst so they can know what's up. You feel me? Trust only goes so far. Thanks. But anyway, because somebody just typed trust. Trust only goes so far. There's so many people who trust and now they got HIV because they trusted their husband. Yeah, that's another story we're going to talk about on Celebrity News another day. But trust only goes so far. It's a lot of people who are dead now because they trusted people. It is what it is. I only trust God. Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord.
I don't see nowhere in the Bible saying trust man. I don't trust you, man. I love you. But you just as fleshly as me. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm human.
Anybody else got anything to say? Look, people who don't understand that way of thinking, you're probably not married. You're probably not married, and probably marriage ain't nowhere near your psyche, because to be married, you have to think in different levels. It has nothing to do with trust. I trust my husband, but so much. I trust that he's human. I trust that, you know, he's weak. The flesh is weak. I didn't say that. God said that, correct?
God said it's in the Word.
Yeah, the flesh is weak. And it's not just talking about in a sensual way. It's just talking about in any type of way. Like the pastor that we're talking about in this video.
Yeah, she trusted him.
Yeah. And his flesh is weak because he saw an opportunity and he took it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's why I said, look, guys, don't even put yourself in a position where you would have to make a decision. You know?
Yeah, why put yourself in a position to be tempted?
Yeah. It is what it is. So, I've been married 38 years. Good. But anyway, I've been married for 15. And I said what I said. Okay? Because everything, you know, look. Yeah, congratulations. What the heck she want? 38 years. Great. That's older than I am. I'm only 37. And I'm going to tell you, when you were first married, social media wasn't around. Shoot, when I first was married, social media wasn't around. Do you know how many marriages have been broken up because of social media? And because my husband can just go on his Instagram right now, and he could just see a big butt across the screen and be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I saw this. You feel me? Because you got to watch what goes in your eyes and your ears. And it's so many temptations out here now that when we were first married, Miss 38 years, rock on, we didn't have that temptation now. So, you know, it's like temptation is everywhere. Right? I can just go on Google and find out how to do this and how to do that. I can just go on my Instagram and see, you know, a man with no, you know, with chocolate chests. I just don't understand. You know, we didn't have that back in the day.
No.
Look. We get eye candy once a year. You get eye candy every day of the year, husband. Honestly. And the thing about it is, those chocolate men that are on Instagram and things like that, that's not realistic.
No, right, exactly.
I like them fluffy.
Oh.
I don't want anything like that. He knows what I like. I don't really like that. But women with big butts, everybody got insulin resistance.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody eats bad.
They have a bad diet.
It's not hard these days to have a big butt, ladies. Everyone has it, right?
All you have to do is sit down all day.
Yeah, and eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, tap the screen to subscribe to our YouTube. But yeah, it's like, I wouldn't want to be a man. It's the temptation is there. So what do? We stay together. We work together. We kind of like just live in a bubble. We only go out during the wintertime. Right? When people are more covered, right? Right? Anybody else have anything else to say about this subject?
Excuse me. But to bring this back around, I think the lady, she trusted the pastor a little too much.
I don't trust pastors at all. Don't trust anything. I think somebody said they wrote a scripture up. Excuse me. Gotta put my glasses on. Trust on the Lord sometimes is so contradicting because the provision cold be there, but I don't see it. I don't know what you said. But it says trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lead not to your own understanding. Acknowledge him and he shall direct your path.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord. Okay, that's the scripture, okay? Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lead not to your own understanding. Acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. Please do not trust people. We are all human. Trust them to a certain point.
Trust man.
I just trust is like, to be honest, the original the definition of trust is two. It's trust in money, like money trust, and then trust that man made, trust in other people. And I don't trust too many people in my life. I trust my husband that he's not going to go out and hurt somebody, but then again, I don't know, because it's like, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
You just read the word. It said trust in the Lord.
Right, so I ain't supposed to trust you.
No.
And you ain't supposed to trust me.
Oh, God.
Darn, we breaking the laws of what people think marriage is.
No, because we have a covenant. We have a covenant between me, you, and the Lord.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a covenant between me, you, and the Lord. I love that. It's the triangle, right?
Yeah.
The good triangle. The Holy Trinity.
Yes.
Right?
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Okay, that's the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
But what is our marriage?
Ours is man, woman, and the Lord.
Okay, and so we trust the Lord that he going to put us in situations that we won't have to do.
Protect us.
I'm confused.
And guide us. Don't be confused. It's in the Word.
I'm supposed to know it all. I'm supposed to be the guru, and I don't know jack.
Exactly. So
I don't know anything.
That's what the pastors. That's what we believe. Pastors know everything. That's why you should know the Word yourself.
3, 5, 6. What is that? Proverbs.
Sounds like a scripture.
You just said you trust your husband. No, I don't. I do not trust. I trust my husband that he loves the Lord. I don't trust people.
Well,
I trust in the Lord.
Well, it's God first.
I trust that God will send me the right people in my path where they won't hurt me.
If I have a relationship with the Lord, I'm supposed to protect my family.
See, when you cleave to your wife and leave your parents in your place, you're a single mother. That's another subject. When you leave your single mother, unfortunately, right?
Yes, girl, you're confused.
I just said I was confused.
Yeah.
Was that? No, I'm not confused. Confusion is of the devil. Thank you. I am very clear.
Stand. And so there's supposed to be trust in the marriage.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, trust in a marriage, but not trust in a person.
Well,
I didn't say I don't trust my marriage. Because there's so many people who are watching this.
Who's in the marriage? People.
Everybody's marriage isn't like us.
That's true. But we're talking in general. People are in a marriage.
In general, I can't talk because every marriage is different, and we don't know if every marriage is based on God.
We're talking about how it's supposed to be, not in reality. Right?
No. You're changing my show.
We're talking about how it's supposed to be, not in reality. In reality, your husband or your wife could hurt you, and you may not have a strong bond.
Well, let's just keep this real. 15 years is the size of a child, right? 15 years is a long time. Within that 15 years, we have hurt each other. We have said things. We have done things.
I'm saying how it's supposed to be.
But see, this is the thing. We're going through what marriage is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Sickness and health, to death do you part.
Mm-hmm.
Richer and for poor. We've been rich. We've been poor.
Yeah.
We've been sick. We've been healthy.
Yeah.
What does the darn marriage vow say? Honor and obey.
Mm-hmm.
Honor and obey. Say no. We've been through all of that.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
It's never saying that a marriage is supposed to be perfect.
No.
You get what I'm saying? See, she said that I'm confused. Like, if you read the Bible says a whole bunch of stuff. And then only a certain people are going to actually understand it. So we're all in ignorance. I'm not going to say confusion. Everybody's confused at one point in time. Because when I first started getting into the word, I was confused. Because one thing says this and one thing says that.
Because you were lacking information.
Right.
Like you said, ignorance. So you have to read more, and then things become clear.
But see, that's when it's about interpretation. Certain things in the Bible is interpretation. Some things it is what it is. And you just have to understand the difference.
Well,
because with marriage, it's not perfect.
And that's why Jesus spoke in parables, so that you could actually understand it. And the message is for the message will, how can I say it? When you speak in parables.
Please share this video. Mm-hmm.
When you speak in parables, it gets you to visualize a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you read the word and you're going through something, you can actually see the truth in it based on your situation.
Write this down. Ephesians 5:25. Thank you.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I don't study on marriage on the Bible. I just honor one thing. Do not covet on somebody's husband. And thou shalt not commit adultery. And I'm going to tell you about adultery, people. Adultery is not just saying married people don't sleep with someone else. Adultery is saying single people don't sleep with nobody else either. Right?
It does, yeah.
Because God has destined a mate for everybody. And when you go outside of marriage, you're committing adultery. It's not just for married people. No, it's not. So, to all my people who are sitting here and you're having children out of wedlock and you have 4 and 5 baby daddies, you're committing adultery. Why? Because you could be possibly sleeping with someone's husband. You could be possibly sleeping with someone's wife. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Broke it down. I'm not confused. You're just not ready. I'm very knowledgeable on things.
You're having relationships outside of the covenant when you're not married.
Should I stay in home or go out and look for a job? I don't know. Don't know what that has to do with what we're talking about. But right on. back to this marriage, because a lot of people think that marriage is perfect. And they're saying that I don't trust you means I don't love you.
Ephesians says, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ.
Did he say trust?
No, love.
Did he say trust?
Listen.
Did he say trust?
Not yet.
Okay.
He said, husbands, love your wives.
I saw it the first time, Renee. Bye, honey.
As
Good
Christ
day.
also loved
Peace
the
out.
church
Keep
and
watching,
gave
but you
himself
won't be able to
for it.
type.
He might.
Everybody, put up the peace sign to Miss Renee. Peace. We going Pam on you, baby. All right, go ahead. What does it say?
Okay. He said, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Right.
So, you're supposed to love your wives with commitment.
Are you supposed to trust your wives? Humans can't be trusted. Trusting first and foremost. Humans cannot be trusted. Humans cannot be trusted, Andrew. He ain't listening.
No.
I don't trust you worth a darn.
I don't trust you either.
That's great.
Then we
But
don't
you
have
love
a
me.
relationship.
No. God doesn't require me to trust you.
So ought men to love their wives as
He
their...
requires me to love you and be faithful to you. But I ain't supposed to trust Jack.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself, because you're
And we're
one.
talking about spiritual, guys, not in the earth. You know, earth. You know how many people have trusted their husbands and their husbands ran out on them, and wives too, because wives cheat too. But
based on this, it's basically saying.
But if you love your wife,
yes,
what does that mean?
Well,
you wouldn't do things like that. You wouldn't cheat on me.
No,
you wouldn't have a child outside of wedlock.
Exactly.
Love is what God requires all of us to do to everyone.
Okay, I have one thing to say here. Okay.
Maybe two. Go ahead.
Maybe two. Okay. All right. Okay. When you're married, you become as one. So, it says, love yourself as if you're of one body, basically. So it's like saying, do you trust my right arm? Do I trust my left arm? They're part of you.
No.
I don't think trust.
I don't agree.
I don't think trust is in it. It says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. I love you like I love my arm.
Trusting your spouse won't leave you room to trust God. Trust God. See, we have misused this word trust for years.
For no man has ever hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished his own flesh.
NIV, please.
Yes.
NIV.
Oh, yeah.
Translation, please.
Oh, okay.
That's King James.
It's not like you hate your own arm or your leg.
Trust, baby. We ain't talking about love and hate.
No, we're not talking about trust.
We're talking about trust.
We're talking about love.
I trust God.
I don't know if trust comes in a matter of your own body. It's like saying I don't trust my own arm. I don't trust my own heart.
Baby, you're going against what God says. God says trust in me.
Yes. I'm saying
lead into your own understanding.
Yeah, and I'm saying to you, it doesn't say anything about trust.
Thank you. So we ain't supposed to trust each other.
But it's not saying that there's room for distrust. It's saying that we are one. It's like saying I don't trust my left hand or my right hand. I don't trust my knees or my feet. You're one. There's no trust in your own body. There's no lack of trust in your own body.
Unless you're a diabetic.
I don't trust my glucose.
I don't. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I don't trust my temper. I don't trust Jack. Trust this, that I love God and I'm going to do what I'm going to try my best to be a good servant of him. When you do that, then you do things of God naturally.
Yeah.
We was watching this pastor yesterday, and he said the act of kindness. Okay?
He said, don't be a fool now, though. I didn't hear
that part.
I heard that part. He said, don't be a fool.
What does kindness have to do with being a fool?
Because you don't be kind to a fault.
I'm being kind to you right now.
Don't be kindness to a fault.
I'm being kind to you right now. Am I not?
Don't be foolish.
Baby, am I not being kind to you right now? Why? Because I'm allowing you to bounce back. Mm-hmm. You feel me? With me. Mm-hmm. Because I'm very passionate about what I think. But when I'm 38, I'm 37 years old now, I realize that that was a laugh that he was angry because he did not listen fully to what I'm saying. Let me finish, husband.
Okay, I'm listening.
When I was younger and we used to have our heated discussions. We don't call them arguments. We call them heated discussions or passionate. I wouldn't allow you to really talk because I was so into myself. So an act of kindness is allowing someone to talk, even when I am not a person who allows people to talk. Like on my videos. I don't allow people to disrespect me but so much. I dismember their membership real quick. But my videos are not reality. I can't do that to you, babe. I don't agree with jack you're saying right now. I really don't. But I'm allowing you to feel this way and talk to me because maybe you can make me a believer. So go ahead and finish.
Well, first of all, and this is how pastors should do, they should read directly from the Word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm giving this to you directly from the Word.
Okay.
All right? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just taking a snippet of it and then putting it into my own words. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
All right? So, yeah, it's saying that when you're married, you are of one flesh.
They said they get what you're saying, but you're not saying this. You're reading the Bible, correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So why are they saying they get what you're saying? You're not saying this.
Because I'm reading it directly from the Bible.
Of course they're going to get what you're saying because you're reading it right from the Bible. But what are you saying, Andrew? How do you interpret and translate this?
Okay. Well, it says, husbands, love your wives.
Boom. Let's just talk about that.
Darn, you just took one word and that's it. You can't just take one segment out of the Bible. You have to read the whole verse.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You have to read it in context.
I'm sorry.
You don't just take a snippet because then you can take it out of context and use it for whatever you want to. You have to read the whole section, not just one verse.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Now this is 25. Okay. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also have loved the church and gave himself for it. You know, Christ gave his life for us. That's how deep the love should be for his wife, as well as vice versa. The wife,
no, he didn't say that.
For the I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, go ahead.
I haven't gotten there yet. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of hands by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be only holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet has hated his own body or his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. For we are the members of the body, of the flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife that she reverence her husband, and the wife see that she reverence her husband.
And what's that? What does reverence mean?
I want to say reverse.
No. What does Google say?
Okay.
You don't know what reverence means.
Okay, let's go.
It looks like the burden is on you, husband. The woman, generally, to be honest, in my opinion, follows the husband.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't respect her, more than likely she's not going to respect him. Okay?
Yeah.
So a good wife is only good as good as her husband is. It is what it is. Unless you're one of them women who, you know, I'm going to be down for my husband. I'm Tammy Wynette type people. Google it if you don't know who Tammy Wynette is. But,
deep respect of someone or something. This is what Google says. Regard or treat with deep respect. Yeah.
I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
I
was talking.
You're supposed to honor and respect your husband.
If he's a good man.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing. This wraps back into the trust that you have in God. Because it basically, when I was 21 years old, I was, dating the wrong people. God kind of like sped my life up because people are probably still going through this in their 30s and 40s and whatever. God blessed me where I was basically halted at 21. I was dating all these guys, and I asked God, I said, please send me a man who's not going to just want me for my body, who is going to treat me right, and who is this. And I had to trust God to send me that type of man. Just so happened he sent me the prototype. Am I going to straight do you like Tina Knowles? Heck no. You're a good guy. You were the prototype, meaning you were the closest that I needed at that time, and we grew together. I was not a perfect wife. You were not a perfect husband.
No one's perfect.
We grew
together,
and now we are in our 30s and 40s. Now we're just growing together.
Yes.
But when we were in our 20s, I was a wretched mess. You were a guy who was a little bit too much for me at the time, but for some reason God felt that we were supposed to be together. He saw 15 years plus, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
I guess that's the best way I can say. You get what I'm saying? We grew
see
together.
The whole picture. We say day by day.
We see day by day, sometimes minute by minute. Like, sometimes we can't see too much far. And he didn't really build us to do that. We're not really supposed to know the future. You get what I'm saying? So the way I was 15 years ago is not how I am today.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
By no means. Believe me, I trusted this guy. I loved this guy. I gave this guy my all, and I was crazy during those times. Sorry, I just was giving you everything. I'm sorry. You were the best.
And no more.
And I don't do it anymore because now I realize you're human and you're not going to be able to give me everything I want. You can't make me happy, Andrew. You can't make me happy.
You sound confused.
No, I'm very, very clear on this. You cannot make me happy. I basically went to him to make me happy. And a lot of women
So you have to make your own self happy, huh?
No, God, no. All joy comes from God.
Okay.
All joy comes from the Lord.
Yes.
No, baby. I told my husband this, and you guys tell me, am I right or wrong? Me and my husband, that he's angry, but he's not listening to his wife.
I'm not angry.
I know that laugh. I've been with you for 16 years. You sound like freaking Vincent Price. I don't like that type of laugh.
Wow.
Listen to your wife. I don't believe in giving the responsibility of being happy to my husband.
Oh, yeah, it's not my responsibility.
And it's not because I listened to the Red Table, Jada Pinkett. No. I actually,
She's been listening.
She planted that seed.
Yeah, she planted it. And it's blossoming and it's growing.
But it's true. It's true.
Miserableness.
I don't look at my husband for happiness anymore.
Oh, gosh.
I don't. I am internally happy, husband. And when I found happiness through God.
Well, number one, I wouldn't have been with you if I didn't see any internal happiness. Why would I be with somebody who looked miserable?
No. I've had miserable times.
Who was miserable?
I've had miserable times.
Overall, I didn't think that you were a miserable person because
I was never a miserable person. We always had great times.
You had happiness built already in you.
So you're confirming what I'm saying.
Yes.
I didn't look to you for happiness.
Yes, it's not my responsibility.
So what am I wrong for saying that?
I told you because you were.
And I chose you, husband. No, I didn't. I did not choose him. He was chosen for me. Because to be honest, at 21, I would not have chose him. To be honest, originally, we were just supposed to shack up. We were supposed to shack up and live in sin, have fun, do what we're supposed to do, and keep it rolling. But for some reason, God used his mother to say, you guys are living in sin, you need to get married. And we got married 2 months later. And that's the story. That's how we got married. Because we both had a base in God.
Yes.
We both had a base in knowing that you're not supposed to live together until you're married. And that's basically what happened. And it is what it is. But, yeah, I don't look to him for happiness anymore. When I did, I was crazy. Don't block anybody.
Oh, I'm not.
You know what I mean? Don't block anybody. We're getting these views. We're great. I don't even see what you guys you're doing. They're online airing their dirty laundry, Lucy. What dirty laundry? Girl, bye. We're talking about what everybody goes through, which is the first stage of a relationship.
Yeah.
Is you look to each other for happiness.
Well,
we've been there, and I'm okay.
What do you mean by look to each other?
Okay. First and foremost, when I was 21 years old, do you remember me at 21?
Yeah.
How was I at 21?
Oh, we had fun.
Other than that, how was I at 21?
We were fun. Fun.
But not all.
Not serious.
I had something to prove to you.
Oh, see, I didn't know that, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you that
I
now.
thought that was just you on a regular basis.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now I know.
Oh no. I wanted to be every woman. I wanted to let you know that this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh.
Do we have?
And in actuality, it wasn't.
Look, I was taught
What, babe?
by my grandmother that
Yes.
you're supposed to do certain things to keep your man happy. Meaning, dress nice,
Yes,
be nice, have a great attitude, be adventurous,
Yes.
do things in life that causes this man to want you and never want to get rid of you.
Yes.
Okay. Once we got married, 10 years in, more than likely that changed because I got comfortable. Now I'm in the next stage of my life. I'm almost 40.
Okay.
And I'm realizing that I have to be a better person, first of all, for me, because I'm getting older. The things I used to do when I was younger, I can't do anymore. I can't get angry, and I can't stay up all night. I can't party. I can't get in the car and do all that stuff that I used to do when we get in arguments and stuff. I have to be a better person, so their arguments will be less. You feel me? Have you noticed that it's better now?
I have noticed, yes.
Yeah, because we used to,
Oh,
we
yeah.
used to really
This was
get
not
in there.
part of our happy times, by the way. That was part of our unhappy times. But yes, during our unhappy times, yes, we did.
But we were unhappy because we were young.
Exactly.
And when you're young, you're more your feelings are all over the place. They're very strong. Come on now, you know I was very, very strong.
Yes.
I loved you strong. I hated you strong.
Yeah.
You know, our
Which is
relationship
normal.
never turned physical though.
No.
As far as not that, but it was so bad sometimes it would affect my health. It would make me sick. And now I'm more visual on how this man portrays me, or how does he look at me? Am I a good wife? You know, that's basically what you think of if you are granted these 15 years that my husband and I have now. At least that's the stage that I'm in. I can't talk for him. But I feel like now that we're in a better place as far as our relationship, I can tell him, okay, I don't feel what you're saying right now. I'm sorry, I don't agree. But I love you, but I don't agree. Instead of, I would cuss you out, I would do all this mess, I would just be more. And it's because that's what I saw. You know, I saw my original parents. I had two sets of parents. Who can? Some people don't have one set of parents. I had two.
Right.
And I saw that type of relationship in the household my first 13 years. I saw tumultuousness. I saw arguing. And I used to think arguing was normal. I thought if you didn't have arguments, it wasn't a real relationship. That's not true. The less arguments, the better. Arguments should not be to the point where you guys want to be at each other's throat and divorce each other and all that. He's never talked divorce. I talk divorce every 5 minutes. I was like, I'm divorcing you. I'm leaving, you know. He used to say, why are you always running? Like, because I can. I don't agree with this. But now it's not like that anymore, is it?
No.
It's not like that. It's like now it's like, you know what, babe? Let's not talk about this right now. Right?
Let ourselves cool off.
Let us cool off.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Let us cool off and let us just talk about this later. But that comes with age and time. What do you think?
It does come with age and time. You know, when you're younger, you're more impulsive and maybe less analytical. You're more emotional. So, you know, now with experience too, experience is a great teacher at times. If you survive the experience, it can be a great teacher. But yeah, now that we have experience, and we found another way, and we choose to come back when things are not as fresh, and then we can talk about it more clearly. That's how we do it.
And I had to do this because, unfortunately, I didn't listen to the Lord. Let's wrap this up to what this is about. This is about church, wisdom. It's about experience. It's about trust. It's about a lot of things. This video is somebody said, you know, are we getting beauty today? I'm a first timer. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
We were really talking about the pastor.
Yeah.
Who,
but we had to wrap
trust.
it up in this because this is the Andrew and Jenna show.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yes.
And, I couldn't talk about church without wrapping it into my own marriage. We have a base in the Lord.
Yes.
Right?
Foundation.
We have a foundation in God. My relationship with the Lord versus my husband's relationship with the Lord might be different. I talk to him everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you
And
talk
so
to God everywhere. I talk to him everywhere. The Lord's been with me all of my life. I don't know how long. He's been with all of us all our life. But I've been aware of God since I was 12 years old. How old were you?
Oh, wow. My mother gave me Bible story books. And I was first starting to read. So all my life.
Right. Yeah. So, first timer, yes, put up an 81, guys. Great. And please share. Share. We're having some good old tea and talk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There was this huge collection of Bible stories. And they're illustrated and they're put in simple, words that a young person can read. And I had it's like an encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you have back in the day the Encyclopedia Britannica, and so you have different ones, A through Z. Well, I had Bible stories, like 20 or 30 of them, and they were all very child friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had that since I first started reading.
Right. And I did not read. I was not ever a reader, but I did go to church. I'm not, my mom had me in church every Sunday, and my mother would tithe. And then when she was called home, I went to my grandparents, which were her parents, and they had me in church every Sunday. And we had to go to church. And my first few years in church, I didn't like it. Like, I was there just because I had to be. And sometimes we don't appreciate church until we're tested, and then until we're getting into life, and then we seek God in our adult life. So you always want to have your children in church. If you're a church person, have your children in church. At the beginning, I said I don't go to church now. And my grandmother always was mad at that. She was not mad. She was like, you need to get in church. And I know Grandma. I honored her. But I saw something in church I didn't like.
And I was raised to know the word for yourself so that no one can lead you in the wrong path. And I was raised to read the Bible at home.
Yeah. I saw something in church I didn't like. And I haven't been back since. And because I was scarred, because I thought that church, even though, we have the Tyler Perrys today, and we have all these stories today saying that the church is a hospital for sinners, for sick people. Basically, to go to church thinking you're going to see a whole bunch of perfection there is crazy. But the only reason why you want to see perfection in church is because a lot of church people are very judgmental, and they make you feel bad. And that's why I just had a problem with that. I'm like, why are you saying one thing and living another? See, I had the back end of it too, because I had people who were actually titles in the church. So I know the back end and the front end of the church. And a lot of people that are in church that I grew up with, I'm not even friends with them today. We don't even agree. It's a lot.
And you said a lot too. Like, the pastors, this is my opinion now, they need to realize that they are almost like going to war every day. Like, since you said it's a church, it's like a hospital, a place for sick people, you need to realize that every day that you deal with the members of the church as a pastor.
Yeah.
That these spirits, or these people that you encounter could affect you in a negative or a positive way. But if they're sick, sometimes a negative way, right? So they need to be prepared for that.
I think I grew anxiety from church. If I had to go back to when I was younger, and I would, get dressed for church, I wanted to look good. I want my hair to be good.
Why is that a part of the church
it's a part of the culture.
Yeah.
It's not about, how people say come as you are and things like that. It's not true. We're very judgmental of each other. It's like a fashion show. It's like who has the best car, and who has the best hat on, and the best suit, and who has the best man, and whose man is this. There's so much gossip in the church, and so many things, and it's like, I don't understand that dynamic of it. So that's why I don't really involve myself in it. You know, and I have some people who are really deep in the church who are in my family, and I look at them and I see them at home, and I'm like, really? Like, you live like this here. Like, I know you outside of here. Like, everything you're saying is like totally against what you live at home.
You know,
it's confusing to me.
I think I hear what you're saying, and I think what the people are saying is that the church lacks integrity. It lacks integrity. Like, the people should live as they talk. If you're a preacher, you should be an example of how things should be, right? Or at least say, or be humble enough to say, I am not perfect. I'm here to talk to you, but this is what the word says. Don't even try to act like you are perfect. You know, maybe some of these, you know, pastors won't fall as far as they have fallen. You know, if they just say, hey, I'm human. But at the very least, some basics should be there. Like, some things you should not cross, like adultery and all those other things.
Like, honestly, Andrew, I wouldn't even trust this in church sometimes. You know, because women do not, a lot of women, and this kind of went left when I was talking about it's the woman's fault for these pastors doing what they do. I said what I said, and I mean it. Because even though the burden is on the man, it isn't on the woman too. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to carry yourself in a certain way.
Yeah, but
like why would you wear red lipstick in church? That is the darn color of a harlot. Why would you wear red lipstick in church, ladies? I'm sorry. And these women who are saying that it doesn't matter how you dress, you're supposed to be respected. No, the Bible doesn't even say that. No. I'm going to treat you as such.
If it walks like it and talks like it, then it is.
Right.
And why would they want to be in the position of a temptress? Why would they want to be
a Jezebel.
Or Jezebel.
She's in the Bible.
Yeah, she is. Why would you want to be in the position of that in the church or anywhere else? But definitely in the church. Like, be careful of the role that you play. You know, who shall I serve today? Am I coming to the house of the Lord as the Jezebel?
Right. And I had to be conscious about that. Like, I walk around, I'm so conscious, I'm super woke. Like, the way I carry myself even on camera. I'm like, am I representing my husband correctly? Like, am I making him feel uncomfortable by how I'm dressing and how I'm talking? You get what I'm saying? Like, are you guys, like, conscious about how you're perceived by others? Like, I just think it's of the devil when people say, I don't care what other people think of me. You should. That is the base of how I was raised and brought up. I do care about how you feel about me. I care about how I represent my parents. I care how I represent my husband. I want my children to look at me and be proud of me. That's how I live my life. And I feel like if you live your life like that, most of these decisions that we make, we wouldn't make them. Because that's, really, I think that's why you married me. I think that's why you married me.
It is.
You know, because, you married me because you saw my upbringing. You saw my grandparents.
I
did. You saw how I was raised. And before you even met my parents, you met me. Yeah. You're representative of your parents.
You are.
Of how you were raised. If that even is a such thing in this nowadays. The way young people act today is disgusting. And that's why, everybody has a platform. Everybody, when you get on live video, everyone has a platform. And what is it that you want to show? I want to show a woman who's married, who is trying, I don't like the word trying, who is doing the right thing by her husband, her children, who is conscious about what I eat, what I put in my body, what words I say out of my mouth. Because I speak a certain way, somebody said, oh, you're speaking like you're, I'm not going to say what they said, but you can kind of infer. And if you don't know what infer means, please Google it. But they were basically saying that, the way I talk doesn't represent who I am. And I'm like, what? I'm not going to sit here and talk like I'm not educated. I know words. I know how to speak to people. I know how to speak to different people. But on my videos, I want to speak correct English. And why am I accused of not being who I am? Because I speak correctly. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it's all in what you portray, what you want to portray out there. So when you go to church, Are you portraying someone who is desperate? Are you portraying someone who is not coherent? If you don't know what coherent is, please Google it. No, I'm just saying, like, are you, like, I just feel like, look, I'm not saying I cannot be victimized, but my psychiatrist told me that it looks like that a lot of my issues is not even true, because she said in my face, and that's why I don't go to her anymore. She said, I don't think anybody is taking advantage of you.
You are not a victim.
My own psychiatrist didn't like me.
No, but
that says a lot, Andrew.
It does.
I said I had to really change my way of delivery. When your psychiatrist doesn't like you and saying that basically that I cannot be victimized because of the way I am, I was like, wow, I gotta fall back a little bit, because I was victimized, and you know, and a lot of the reasons why I act like this is because I was victimized. It's just, you know, but this woman said square in my face, and I basically did not go back, did I?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
So you lost your money. Excuse me.
Okay, sometimes you are your worst enemy.
Yeah, you do want to be careful on how you're portrayed.
Yeah, and it's like, I just feel like the
about
lady in this article, she portrayed herself as being vulnerable and desperate. And that's why she was sought after the way she is. Am I blaming that lady? No. I'm just saying that you have to watch how you act, because there's somebody out there who is trying to basically get their next victim. And do you look like their next victim? Like, I'm just saying, I could go deep into this. I'm not going to go deeper, but inferring what I'm saying, guys, you are who you represent, and I'm going to treat you as such. Okay, so if you want to be treated like a human being, act like one. If you want to, you know, if you're not being treated like a human being, what are you doing? I had to do this called what? Self-reflection, something. What is it called that I'm talking? Guys, type it up. Because social media screws stuff up sometimes. People feel like they can say anything to people just because, oh, well, you're putting yourself out there, people are going to say. That's why if you notice on my videos, I don't even read the comments like that no more. Because if I did, I would get right back to 2015, the way or 2016 when I started doing this. I would get in my feelings because people used to say a lot of mean things to me. And I would say that social media actually kind of changed me anyway. Because I said, if I want to put myself out there, I have to change my attitude, change my delivery. So even if I am angry at somebody, I can't say that to them. I cannot be bouncing back with these people that I don't know. Self-inventory. Yep. My hair's not even done in really, I think it looks great.
Looks nice. I like it.
Because it's like, wow. Like, it's just... This is great. Okay, how many comments did we get?
So to wrap it up,
I'm not wrapping it up. I'm going to do a part 2 because I'm not even finished my hair.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the discussion about this woman. This is how it originally started. About this woman who was betrayed by her pastor.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yeah, in conclusion of that, let's see how many comments we got. You guys are awesome. 444 comments. You guys interacted.
And how long was it?
This was an hour and 25 minutes.
Hour and 25 minutes? Yes. It feels like it was 10.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, time goes by really, really fast when you're enjoying yourself and you're talking about things that are important.
Yeah. And I think, thank you guys for loving this, because we're going to do more of this.
Yes.
Would you like this segment on the I Love Beauty? They were just trying something out. And I was saying, okay, great. You know, we'll talk about some topics that are with the topics that you already share on the page, of course.
Yes.
I think that's easier that way. Do you guys like this? Please put up a number 1925, because nobody in here is that old. Put up a 1925 if you like this segment.
You like this segment.
And we will call it, what will we call it? Like the segment of the page. Like, what's a good name?
We were calling this like...
It's Hot Topics. So that's like, that's, you know, Wendy Williams has that. Yeah. What is that? Like, what is it?
Celebrity news or local news or...
No, but...
you know, with Jen and Andrew. What?
You're no help.
I know. Guys, you know, being creative is hard work.
It is. We create all the time, right?
Yes.
What is a good name
The
for
Daily
it?
Scoop.
No. Somebody else has that.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else has that.
Okay. Let's see. See, it's more like a watch party. It really is. Like, because the people have to be informed.
Sip this tea.
Tea party. No, that's been done too.
But sip this tea has not been done. This is called tea sipping with celebrity news. Tea sipping with celebrity news.
I like that.
Yes.
Because you have to include celebrity news because that's the
Trending topics. Yes. Yeah. Trending topics. Yes. Yes. I really do think...
Tea sipping with trending topics.
No, that's too much.
Ah.
That's too much. Guys, I want to do another video too so I can actually do my hair. But yeah, Lord, they were getting... Lord, Andrew, they were getting really, really emotional about when we were talking about our relationship. I think we should talk about that. Like basically talk about what would be our next topic. Our next topic is so many great news on here. We're going to talk about that story of...
I want them to be involved in it, though. So I want them to have a base. I like how we started.
I like that, Miss Kim. Sustain. Today's tea. There you go.
I love it. Today's tea.
Boom. Boom,
We
boom,
dropped the
boom,
mic.
boom.
Thank you so
we
much.
Millie rocking on that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss. Write that down.
Today's tea.
Today's tea.
Exactly. I like that.
That's it. Oh, baby, Kenya Moore gives birth. Ooh, that is something, isn't it? How old is Kenya Moore? Kenya Moore is 40-something, and she's having a baby.
Oh, wow.
Miss America.
Oh.
Just came across my darn table.
Miss America.
Yeah, she gave birth, y'all. Look for that story. That's coming. Talk about the preacher and his wife. Oh, gosh, Lord. Is she trying to be funny? And she said, talk about a topic that this whole video is about.
Well, she just came in on it. No. She meant like the preacher and his wife type of people they are, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about the preacher and his wife? Like, your preacher, like, what? Look, first of all, First Lady is a big, huge situation, guys. Please do not try to be the First Lady or the first shot side chick. Yeah. Are you a first side chick, ma'am? I'm not talking about, I'm just saying. Like, that position is very heavy.
It is.
To be a first lady.
First lady.
Oh, yeah. And I knew that we portray ourselves well because we went to a D.L. Hughley show. Yes, we did. If you don't know who D.L. Hughley is, Google it. Okay? Yeah. And we went to everybody knows who D.L. Hughley is, right? Yeah, okay. And we went to his show.
Comedian actor.
And comedian actor. And he, we sat in the front. Never sit in the front at a comedy show. You will get showered. But I don't care at that time.
We would really just get on you. That's
no, you will get showered, like spat on, they talk.
Oh,
they like. Thank God you guys aren't in this room with me because when you're talking like this, things.
This is like everywhere. Bring an umbrella. Don't sit in the front row of a comedy show, a comedy club, which is a lot smaller than like a theater.
Miss Laura, this is what this video is about. The ones that scammed the old lady. Yeah,
she just came in.
You just came in, y'all. Yeah, I can't talk about that. We talked about that a whole hour. But what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, I knew we were portraying ourselves well.
Yeah.
Look, nobody needs to know anything about you. Your actions precede you. That's what my grandmother used to tell me. She used to say, what you're doing is speaking so loud I can't hear a word you're saying out of your mouth. That's what she used to say. Basically, how you act precedes what you say. So we went in there, we were dressed, we were cool, we were laughing at all of his jokes, the good ones and the bad ones. And you know what did he call us this before or after the show? Like before.
Yeah, the guy, when before the show started.
So he didn't know what we would laugh at. No. And what did he call us, husband?
The first lady, the pastor and the first lady.
He called us the pastor and the first lady. Yeah. And I found that so funny. Yeah. And I was like, why is he doing that? And then I said, you know what? That is the grace of God and the light of the Lord. Not saying he's a pastor and not saying I'm a first lady, but I'd rather be called pastor and first lady than anything else. And it just says that people see your actions before anything else. Be careful what you say out of your mouth. Be careful how you comment on other people's videos.
How you dress, how you present
Be careful
yourself.
on how you dress. Be careful of the friends that you have around you and the people around you, because you are basically, that's how people are going to, we don't like the word judge, okay?
They will perceive you before you open your mouth.
But don't we supposed to judge? I'm sorry. Now, God says thou shalt not judge.
They will perceive you before you open your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a trendy topic, because we're gonna make us a two on this, because I'm touching on something that a lot of people get confused on. What is it called when I basically look at you and basically make a, what is it called? An educated guess on who you are before I know you? What is that called?
Well, you're supposed to be wise.
Is it called judging?
There's a book in the Bible called
Now,
Judges.
I think, yes. I never read it. I think... Why? I think the reason why the Lord said, thou shalt not judge, he without sin cast the first stones, it's not assumptions. Assumptions is totally being blind and saying something. I don't know. It's not assumptions.
Google it.
No. I'm not assuming anything about you, Crystal. I see by your comment that you're very, very sensitive. I don't even know you.
Well,
anyway.
I think she used a question mark. Someone used a question mark. So they were trying to say,
because assuming is
the correct word.
I was
they used
taught.
a question mark. So are they saying assumption is that the correct word? I think assumption. I think that's what they said.
Andrew, must you put me out there all the time? I don't like that word assumptions. I'm not assuming anything about anybody. Assuming is just not knowing anything. Once I've gathered how you act.
Okay, here we go. I just Googled it.
Discernment, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now this is the noun.
But that's another level.
Oh.
That's another level. Discernment, that is totally of the spiritual realm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Discernment, you do not need to know anything about anybody, and you know their whole life. I know about that. Go ahead.
Assumption, the noun of it, okay? A thing that is accepted as true.
We're going to continue this on the next video, guys.
Okay.